Here's a number I keep seeing during my research: 65 hours. That's how much time the average Calgary driver loses every single year sitting in traffic. Not driving, sitting. That's 1.5 full work weeks every year, just gone. And it's not just your time, it's your sleep and your sanity. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly why the friction of the city life costs you far more than you think, and how Prince George has quietly become one of the smartest places in Canada for remote workers and young families who are done playing daily defense. According to the 2026 TomTom Traffic Index, Calgary is the 9th most congested city in Canada, running a 35% congestion level during peak hours. Your average speed on those corridors? Only 32 kilometers per hour, which is slower than a typical cycling race. Now compare that to Prince George. Even our most notorious local bottlenecks, like the intersection of Highway 16 and Cowart Road, only hold you up for a light cycle or two during the 5 p.m. rush. To a driver coming from Calgary, that doesn't feel like traffic at all. It's basically free-flowing. You can still cross the entire city in 12 to 15 minutes, which in a bigger center would be just the start of your commute. And when you actually map that 65-hour loss against a person's hourly wage, you're looking at thousands of dollars of time wealth handed back to you every single year just by changing your postal code. Here's what nobody talks about when they talk about urban sprawl. Calgary's municipal boundaries cover over 825 square kilometers. It has roughly the same geographic footprint as New York City, but with less than 1/6 of the population. That means Calgary is incredibly spread out and creates what I call the errand friction tax. In Calgary, doing a simple Saturday run, taking the kids to soccer, grabbing groceries at Costco, and picking up some hardware is a multi-hour expedition. You're forced to jump on Deerfoot Trail or Stony Trail and drive 25 minutes each way just to get to a different quadrant. Your entire Saturday afternoon gets swallowed up by asphalt. In Prince George, our commercial layout is remarkably concentrated. You can hit Costco, grab your groceries, drop your kids off at the arena, and be back home on your deck in under 45 minutes total. Because your errands don't require highway travel, your weekends actually feel like weekends. Now this next one's for the locals, but it matters a lot if you're relocating. PG has a geography that, once you know it, pays you back every single day. Neighborhoods like Heritage sit in a position where you can avoid the bypass entirely and cut across town in a way that just doesn't exist in a grid city like Calgary. We're talking about routes that shave minutes off every single trip, every single day, and nobody writes this down anywhere. It's the kind of thing you learn from a local. And the 15-minute radius in the city is genuinely remarkable. From the commercial core, you can reach almost every residential neighborhood, every major grocery store, every school, and most employers in under 15 minutes. In a metro like Calgary, that same 15-minute radius might get you to the end of your subdivision. Sociologists call it the third place. It's the space between your home and your work where community actually happens. Calgary has over 6,500 restaurants and social venues, but they're spread across a city of 1.5 million people with urban sprawl that basically requires you to schedule every social interaction in advance. Prince George, with a population of roughly 96,000, punches way above its weight here. And here's a stat that surprised me. Prince George has one of the absolute best ratios of gymnasiums and community access sports facilities per capita in Western Canada. Basketball leagues, volleyball, badminton, pickleball, these are not elite or expensive. They're accessible, they're walkable, and they're generally full of friends and neighbors. And then you've got staples like Trench Brewing or Jack's Coffee. These aren't just destinations, they've become the regulars. The kind of place where you run into the same people, you build real relationships, and that social fabric is what actually fights the loneliness that studies consistently show hits newcomers hardest in big cities. This is what I call high-frequency incidental contact. It just happens here. You don't have to plan it. One of the things I hear most from people who have moved here from Calgary is that you could see the mountains from their kitchen window for years, but only go maybe twice a season. By the time you've paid the mortgage, the car payment, the commute, and the childcare, you don't really have the time or the margin to actually get out there. In Prince George, it's different. Forest for the World is inside city limits. Powder King is a 90 to 120-minute drive away, and the lakes are everywhere. And because your housing costs roughly $300,000 less than a comparable home in Calgary, you actually have the discretionary income to own the kayak, buy the ski pass, and take the Friday afternoon off without guilt. That is the shift. And it's not just that the outdoors is accessible, it's that you're financially equipped and time-rich enough to actually participate in it, giving you a completely different daily quality of life. So here's the honest summary. If you're a remote worker or a young family and you're still measuring cities by salary numbers alone, you're missing the full picture. Calgary is a great city, But at 35% peak congestion, 65 hours lost in traffic every year, endless highway sprawl, and a mortgage that drains thousands of dollars more from your pocket every single year, you're consistently playing defense. Prince George gives you the commute that doesn't exist, the social fabric that's real and accessible, and a lifestyle that you can actually afford to live, not just aspire to. Your time and your money are worth too much to spend them sitting on a freeway. Everything else on this list is the upside. Navigating the Prince George real estate market doesn't have to be stressful. I have a free seller's guide if you're planning to list, and a relocation guide for anyone moving to Prince George. But if you're looking to buy and want more tailored information, ask for my home buyers program. On top of the buyer's guide, I'll send you exclusive weekly videos and emails to walk you through the process step by step. Just comment the word guide below, tell me which one fits your situation, and I'll send the link right over. And when you're ready to actually look at homes or list your property, the easiest way to connect is to call, text, or email. All those details are right here on the screen. See you in the next video.